Over the last 4 decades, Chester has succeeded in breeding and raising 28 orangutan babies. And now Sariki, one of the zoo's 4 Bornean orangutans, has a baby of her own on the way.
Right, where's that mum to be? Sariki! Who's a good girl.
Bornean orangutans are critically endangered in the wild, and this will be the first baby born at the zoo for 8 years.
Every baby orangutan that's born is important. Helps keep the species alive. Yeah, exciting times.
It's really difficult to breed Bornean orangs just because there's a long time between births, and obviously it takes a long while for the animals to become mature sexually, so that can take sort of 15 odd years before they're even ready to have a baby. And so when there is one, it's just really special.
Orangutan pregnancies last 9 months, and Sariki is due to give birth in the next 4 weeks.
She's always a big orangutan. There's a definite rotundness to her. Trying to be polite. My baby orangutans are just the cutest things in the world, so yeah. Not that big orangutans aren't cute. What do you fancy, boy or a girl? Honey. From a species point of view, within the European population, probably be preferable if she has a girl, but as long as the baby's healthy, we'll be happy.
This will be Sariki's 3rd baby, but at 34, she's now a middle-aged mum, so keepers need to monitor her closely.
She now is a bit of an older animal. There's an increase in risk there with the pregnancy, so there's a possibility that something could go wrong. So it's something we just maybe have to be a bit more aware of.
It's midday, and in the Bornean orangutan habitat, there's been a development. Sariki has surprised everyone and given birth a month early.
She gave birth when we were having tea break, and we missed it all because we were sat having a cup of tea, which is really gutting.
Sariki's new baby is a boy, which the team have named Tombol.
For the first few weeks, a baby orangutan is all about just cuddling up to mum and suckling. The world is probably just a massive ginger hair, and every so often finding a lactating nipple.
At the moment, Sariki's a little bit tired. I think the birth's sort of taken a little bit out of her, and there was a fair amount of blood sort of left over from the birth, and she may not have as much energy as she did 10, 20 years ago, so she may just be feeling a little bit more out of it than she did previously.
But eager to see the new baby, some family members choose to ignore the signs.
Everyone is now aware that there's a new little arrival in the building. It's an orangutan's nature anyway to be curious, so obviously now that Squeaky's just appeared with this other little orangutan, suddenly it's like, ooh, what have you got?
Sariki's in no mood for visitors. But the gibbons who live in the habitat are also curious.
The Bornean orangutans share their exhibit with the Lar gibbons. Got 2 of those, and Gromit and Alfie.
Gromit and Alfie are mother and son.
Gromit is a very relaxed little lady. She's just a really nice animal. She's just her personality is pretty relaxed and chilled out. Alfie is a little bit more hyper. He's more of a typical kind of male. think it's just that little bit more testosterone that Alfie has, so can be a little bit more aggressive.
For the majority of the time, the gibbons stay out of the way of the adult orangutans, but the gibbons are quite nosy. But because Tombol's still on Mum, Mum's seen as too much of a threat, so the gibbons aren't approaching as yet.
But when Tombol starts to take his first steps and explore the world away from Sariki, there could be trouble.
We are a little bit unsure of how it's going to go. Although the gibbons are much smaller than the orangutans, they are a lot quicker and they are strong and they've got big teeth. So if they wanted to be aggressive, they could do, especially there's two of them. So you do just wonder, are they going to be okay with their new neighbour?